Let's see. I remember at the end of my playthrough before. Yeah, progress is progress. Further than I've ever reached. So, hey. Getting better and better builds and getting better at playing as Xenoblade Chronicles X. So, hey. I'll defeat Farsis at some point, probably. But yeah, I certainly wouldn't mind having like a level 60 skell that I can start like really putting things into for the epilogue. So as I'm flying around in the epilogue, I have a skell that I go, ooh, that's my skell, like a nice one. No, but if it seems like it takes too long, then is it really super worth it? How many material tickets do I have, I wonder? You need to farm like really high level enemies for these kinds of things. I think Lila Queen was the skell that I got at the end of my playthrough before that I wanted to like settle into. I know that I went for a medium one. You can't go wrong with one of the heavy ones either. And of course you can't go wrong with just like an Ares 90. You think it's funny that this game's boss design is either Sheldon the dentally challenged or this guy becomes invincible if you look at him funny? Yeah, you're not wrong. That is very much what's going on here. Let me look back at my playthrough here. Part 136. Is this the part where I got it? I just wanted to get like my good kind of level 60 skell and then no, I skipped to like the next thing when I was trying to mute it. What did I get here? Because maybe I'll just re-get that skell and then maybe I'll give it the same name even. I wanted to get like a level 60 skell that I could be like, yeah, this is what I'll use until the end of time. And then that was the end of my playthrough there. Is what it was. Is this where I go to craft it? Part 136. That's how long my series was before. So it looks like I worked up to Lila Queen. Is the one that I want. Because I had something in mind there. And like I was farming in the parts before that point. Yeah, so I unlocked it. I called it Tempest. And then I'd never use it again. Because this is the end of the playthrough. Is it worth going for? Because I remember I did some research about, like, what are some actual, like, good skell builds out there? Because I never really looked into much with skells with this game. I always just, like, made strong ground builds and then just used skells for transportation, and that's it, really. Is what I always did. So, I mean, how hard would these things be to get? Because I can wreck things fast. Oh, the Rexo skell, though, I need things from. I would have to do the whole quest line with that. That'd be a little bit involved. Did all of them need Rexoskell stuff? You don't need Rexoskell. Golden Yggdrasilith heart. Because, yeah, I mean, the Rexoskell sucker isn't too hard to get. It's just you have to do, like, a quest line to unlock the Rexoskell and, like, the ability to rematch it and stuff. And I remember I did that during the last playthrough, but, yeah, maybe I'm not getting a level 60 skell quite yet. Maybe not. But I could use some more of the Hresvelg or something and showcase that, but then I won't have the Phoenix. Oh, hold on. Hold on. These different things. Xenoblade Chronicles X. Golden, because I think that's the most important thing here. Yggdrasilith heart. I think that comes from the, online thingamabob. Dropped by Yggdrasilith 0 if the fighting team drops its RP to 0. Can also be obtained by exchanging reward tickets at a network console. 2 of them are needed to create an Ares 90 skell. Oh, the original game. It looks like they decreased the cost in this one. That's nice. I mainly used tickets for Yggdrasilith heart because I wasn't max level yet. I wasn't confident enough to do the raid bosses. Yeah, that's fair enough. I don't think Yggdrasilith has all that many multi-hits. So maybe Ghostwalker is enough to wreck it, maybe. Silver Vita Core. Is that a more complex one? These other things are just like stronger foes around the world, if memory serves. Xenoblade Chronicles X Silver Vita Core. Because maybe it'd be fun to use an Ares 90. You can't go wrong with that. Can be obtained with reward tickets from the Vita and possibly from other Vita mechanoids. Okay, so it's just like rematching the Vita in like the optional redo missions. Hold on. Out of curiosity, I haven't done the online things here yet. Rankings, rewards. I forget how I face Yggdrasilith. Actually, I think I remember. Let's see here. Hold on a hot second. Yeah, it's guiding me towards this. Is it something that I could grab and then I have like a badass looking skell while I do the epilogue and stuff? Just like Fashion Souls, you look good, you feel good, you feel good, you play good. Rather than just having some random level 30 skill. This. Oh, yeah, this. Haven't interacted with this yet in this playthrough. I'm too fast. Let's see here. Join online mission. Currently no online missions that you can join. More will be listed. Other squad members take on online missions themselves. Reason I obliterated anything from the epilogue? Okay. I mean, I'll obliterate anything on the ground. I just want a cool looking skell more than anything. Except time attack mission. That'd be in here, right? Yeah, so this is where you rematch the Vita, I'm pretty sure. Twin Dolls of Mystery. Yeah, and that's where you get the Nile Nail stuff. But wait, is there not the, Hold on. I have to wait 4 days until Yggdrasil 0 spawns. No, not the scout rewards. What the heck? No, I have no idea who these people are. Back. Why won't it let me go back? I can press A. Rewards? What? Yes, close it. I got a little bit of funds. I don't interact with this stuff that much. That takes way too many funds. So I can't get an Ares 90 right now anyway, because I can't even face Yggdrasil. I could probably wreck it a whole bunch at this point, but yeah. I'm not doing anything with the Rexo Skell for a little while. So maybe I just do the epilogue with a generic looking Skell, or like the friggin' Harassfell, because it looks cool. Maybe what I do. And then I feel like I'm properly showcasing new content. Something or other. Because yeah, this is going to be a little bit involved. Yeah. I'll get an Ares 90 at some point, because why not? But yeah, the fact that all of these need Rexo Skell suckers is the biggest roadblock here. Oh well, the cooler skells can be for another time. We should figure out what's going on with this planet first. Missed out on hearing a really cool song for one fight. I won really fast, so I have to listen on YouTube after. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that. I wanted to listen to the new key we've lost, because I think that it was a remastered version. So I just, like, ran around Lao for a bit instead of fighting him to listen to it. And I'll probably do that if I start hearing some new music. Yeah, screw it. I don't want to sit around here farming trying to get, like, a cooler skell to feel better about the epilogue. I want to see the epilogue sooner rather than later and find out what the hell is going on in this story and how things potentially connect. But I'll feel like I'm using a cooler skell if I, maybe give myself, like, the Harassvelg. An iceberg sounds kind of cool. Here. I'm taking that. I can switch who I'm playing as if I need a, if I need to just use Phoenix or something. Here, you can get that, sure. And then I'll keep my party like this so that we're still continuing to showcase new characters. Also, speaking of characters, does it show, like, the silhouette of whoever the last person is now? Wait, I can't use this now. Nope, still doesn't. Like, the last one there is Mia. I'll get Mia at some point. And I will also really quickly change my skills to, if there's, like, new enemies and stuff, I might want drops from them. And Core Crusher's probably a little bit of overkill. So where's just the general ether up? Here it is. Let's just do this. Let's just boost my damage by 50% rather than 150%. But be able to still break appendages and stuff. And then if there's someone that I don't care about breaking appendages on, then I can put on Core Crusher. If you do Liesel's second quest, you can buy a level 50 version of her skell and craft level 61. I do have the level 61. Do you know if the level 61 takes a Rexo Skell thing? I'll consider it if it doesn't take Rexo Skell suckers. But if it takes Rexo Skell suckers, because I feel like, what's the point of buying a level 51 if I'm just gonna get, like, a level 61 later anyway, and there's just, like, an inherently better one. So I haven't gotten, like, a single level 50 skell in this playthrough, and I might just hold off on the level 50s, like, let's conserve my funds and save it for other things. Wait, do the level 60 skells even cost money, or they just cost materials and Moranium? So I don't even have to worry about saving my funds for other things. Yeah, so just Moranium. They don't cost funds. Should I just bite the bullet and get, like, a level 60 skell, a level 50 skell, and then name it, like, one of the intermediate kind of weather effect names? And then I can also have, like, a full squad of skells, is what I can have. Rather than Gajar just being on the ground, we actually have, like, 4 skells flying through the sky. And then when I actually get level 60 ones, I can use, like, the coolest possible weather effect names. but I can do something a little bit more intermediate with this, like something that's starting to verge on cool sounding. I'll buy a game to see what materials are needed for the level 60 thrust belt. Okay, I greatly appreciate you going to that effort to let me know, because I would just Google it, but chances are it's not online there. So out of curiosity here, so the one that would have like the highest ranged attack, 128, would be you. And the Amdusius that I got here before. I should have gotten the Mastema in the first place for my Phoenix setup. That's literally the main reason why I got it. Why am I going to like the physical attack thing on my my skell that basically just exists to Phoenix? What the hell is wrong with me? 128. Yeah, these ones are more focused on melee attack. I mean, everything's a little bit more focused on melee attack. Maybe I get something that I've just like never used before. I used the Lila there at the end of my last playthrough, so I showcased that. I think I've used the Mastema at some point. I forget if it was on stream here. Maybe I should just do something new. Of course, I do like Varus's all the time. Like, I quite like the look of the Varus. The level 50 for Rustvelg. And then that's just like the basic default kind of look. And I don't remember if I had a formula at one point. Wait, 162 range attack? That's actually the highest range attack here. And that's the cheapest one. And then this could be my new go-to, like, Phoenix spammer for a little while until I get a level 60 skell. That might actually work well. I don't know if I've played much around with formulas. Of course, Urban, I get one for free, so of course I play around with that a bit, and I get Varus's and stuff like that. Huh. Yeah, you have the highest range attack, so you'd be good for just, like, Phoenixing things and turning off my brain and stuff. Maybe I'll, like, even if I went for a level 60 Hresvelg, I would, still need something that does, like, AoE. Should I just get it anyway, or should I wait until hearing what the materials are? The only thing I really need to know if there is or not is, like, Rexo Skell Sucker, because that has, like, a whole elaborate quest line that I will probably do at some point here. Azara War Medal, Golden Armor, Zedon Blackjet Crest, Ancient Armor, Ancient Chamber, Avatar Deathstone, 2 Ouroboros Stone. I have lots of Ouroboros Stone. Aww. Do I want to start doing Liesel's Affinity quests instead of seeing what's going on with the epilogue? Only 30k Moradium. Okay. Hold on. Out of curiosity here, and I greatly appreciate you opening your game and checking that for me once again. Bizarra War Medal. Galactic materials. They can be obtained from Bizarra, which is, oh, Gajarg's Skell. So it's probably like some time attack thing for it. Huh. Interesting. So can do it in the time attack mission, the Rothian Samurai. Skells cannot be used in this mission, that's fine. Golden Armor. That one is, let's see here. Golden Armor. Is it that much of an ask? Let's see here. We obtain from the Vita, and that's a quest that I can just do, like, whenever here. Is for the Golden Armor. Okay. And I have a bunch of treasure sensor stuff here. Xenoblade Chronicles X, Zedom Jet Black Crest. I remember those being slightly annoying, but, like, not that bad. I think I just have to, like, kill Zedoms in Sylvalum, if memory serves. Zedom Jet Black Crest, for Black Zedoms. And the black ones. Variant Black, so I need to do, like, Lord Zedom in Primordia, or Nuther, the Dark Deity in Oblivia. Oh, interesting, level 65. Up to you, I wouldn't say a super OP skill is absolutely needed for the epilogue, just some decent ones. I doubt I'm even gonna need skills, like, at all for it, considering, like, my ground setup. Unless there's something that, like, requires skills, if it's, like, an air battle. I'm just thinking about, like, it'd just be cool having, like, the satisfaction of doing the epilogue with skills that I know I'm keeping long-term. Because eventually, long-term, everything I'm going to want to be level 60. But hey, I can do this for now, and then it can be, like, my good go-to Phoenix user for a little while. I'm buying this thing. The lightest light skell, or the cheapest light skell. Yeah, and I'll call it something pretty cool. Not like the best of the best in the coolness factor yet. That'll be safe for my level 60 skills. I'll make you feel like you need to wait. Yeah, I'd say go for the epilogue if you're eager. Yeah, I'm definitely eager here. Wait a second. I can just buy things here. I should just be able to buy like a level 50 Phoenix, right? I do want that. Back weapons. Go down to the bottom here. Meteor, F-Wave, Phoenix, 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 Phoenix. Phoenix, hell yeah. Yep, purchase and equip. I'm investing into this skill. That's what I'm gonna do. There we go, Phoenix. I might just go all in on the Phoenix again. Potential up. Range attack up. Yep, I'm doing basically what I did on the last skill. Range accuracy. This skill is going to exist to Phoenix. And the stuff that already comes with, I wonder how good they are. I don't think it would come with any, yeah, it doesn't come with any spare weapons, it doesn't look like. I had the Cracker on my other thing. Ether damage inflicts fatigue, inflicts taunt. Ether damage versus bound targets absorbs fuel. Electric damage inflicts shock versus bound targets boost damage. Versus insectoids boost damage. Versus mechanoids boost damage. I could just go for like some general damage. In the right hand, let's have like a cool sword or something. Like the guitar. What's something that just does general damage rather than like specific conditions? Damage inflicts fatigue, inflicts taunt. Let's see here. Ether damage and inflicts debuff res down. That's probably not a bad idea. Beam res down. Deals thermal damage and inflicts blaze. That's in the level 30 section. Here, sure. Go ahead and get that. That might be what I had on the other one here. A spare weapon. Let's see here. Thermal damage inflicts blaze. Sure, some damage over time, like that. Sure, go ahead and equip it, and then I'll assume that the other things that come with it are pretty good. Auto attack weapons, they're probably not that important. Sniper. And presumably already comes with some here that are probably fine. The stuff that comes with skells is usually pretty good. Here, my thing. My thing. And now I actually have like 4 skells. And then that's like, oh my god, the frame rate. The more important thing for like epilogue is just the fact that I'll be going around with a set of 4 skells flying around rather than one person being on the ground and it just feeling like really awkward and stuff. So what are my other things as a quick recap here? Yeah, Phoenix, Stinger Missile, okay. A chance of inflicting blaze. The noise cannon inflicts blackout and when targeted inflicts stagger. Okay, I can work with this. I have almost as much HP as Undertow there. Let's go design a cool skell and then do like the epilogue. Come on. I can work with this. My go-to Phoenix user until I farm some better things. So, did I still have a notepad up for the, I can just look it up here. Wikipedia, weather effects and phenomena and stuff, because I always love naming skills after that. List of severe weather phenomena. Alright, so I can start doing something that's a little bit cooler. Not the coolest of the coolest yet, in terms of names. I want to save that for, like, the level 60 things. Barracks hangar. Yeah, so all of that. Here. You can have Undertow. There we go. You can have, like, your own skell back. Here you go. And then Gajarg here. He can go ahead and have Breeze. Nail Gaming. I want to showcase all the new characters and stuff. Here you go. You finally get a skell. It's not a Rothian skell. I don't think I can have Rothian skells. You're not allowed to ride in a Rothian skell ever again. We're gonna restrict what you can do. Let's see here. So in terms of cool names here, I was looking through some of these things before. So let's see here. Rename. Let's come up with a name first and foremost, and then we'll make like a color scheme based off of that. So in terms of thunderstorms, this is one of the things I clicked on before, Derecho, because I'd never heard of it before. Is a widespread, long-lived, straight-line windstorm that is associated with a fast-moving group of severe thunderstorms. That is kind of cool. Full storm, squall line, storm cell, lightning. Could just call it something like lightning, but I feel like that's a little bit too low. I want something a little bit higher. Not the top of the top yet. Firestorm, that could be cool sometime later. This is meant for, like, Phoenix shenanigans. And if I do, like, a black and red theme, it'll fit with my character's hair, which would be really cool. But maybe I should just do, like, a black and red theme for, like, a level 60 skell later. Or maybe I just rename this later if I have, like, a level 60 skell that gets relegated to do, like, Phoenix stuff. I mean, am I ever going to need a level 60 skell just to do, like, AoE fire stuff? I feel like level 50 skell might just be good enough to, like, do that for the whole rest of the game, probably. It's like, what am I gonna need to farm AoE stuff with anyway? Here's an ice scale is a dark red, black, orange. Ooh, yeah, that does sound like it looks really nice there. What's the color on the jets? Would that be like the orange or something then? Let's see here. Storm surge, that could be kind of cool. Oceans and bodies of water, high seas, sneaker wave. I've never heard of that. High tide, king tide, ice shove. Maybe I should go with like Firestorm because that's literally what it's meant to do here. That's what its purpose is. It's my new go-to Phoenix thingamabob. Avalanche Blizzard. Yeah, I can make some white and light blue level 60 skells sometime later. Black Ice. Ooh, that'd be like a cool black and like light blue thing later. That's what that could definitely be. Oh, here's one that I could do with the black and red color scheme sometime later. Yeah, I remember it shows purple as me clicking on it before. When I was looking at weather effects, the blood rain thingamabob here. And I was so confused being like, what? What is that? And then finding out that it's a thing that people once thought was blood before having like proper scientific explanations, but there is an actual scientific explanation. And it's where the rain looks red like it's blood. Yeah. So my level 60 skell that ends up having like a black and red color scheme, I can just call like Blood Rain or something like that. Which sounds like so freaking edgy. But it goes so in line with like the weather effects and stuff. Acid Rain could be a cool like black and purple. Not black and purple. Black and like lime green kind of thing. Let's see here. Earthquake, maybe sometime later. Do something around volcanoes if I wanted to later. With wind, I know that there's like Tempest. And maybe I'll get like my Tempest skell from my last playthrough back at some point. That level 61. There was the Tempest at Journey's End that ended off the last playthrough. Could always bring back Tempest and craft that skell again. What I could do. Maybe I'll actually go with Firestorm. Is what I might just do. Sure. Firestorm is a conflagration which attains such intensity that it creates and sustains its own wind system. It is most commonly a natural phenomenon created during some of the largest bushfires and wildfires. And it'll fit so well with my character's color scheme. And, be something kind of cool to use in the epilogue. I'm happy with this. The lights are blue, so they want to try using different colors for each thing. And orange is used as an accent. All right. Okay, fair enough. Fire Emblem Engage. The Fragapalooza it wants to fill in here. Let's do Firestorm. That sounds good. And yeah, that'll be your purpose. High range attack, Phoenix. Destroy things with fire. This is literally your purpose. Name has been changed. So we're going to have Firestorm, Undertow, Iceberg, Breeze. One of these things is clearly sounding cooler than the others, and that is the intention. Okay, so... are we going to want like a black with red accents? Or a red with black accents? Let's have a look at the red first and foremost out of curiosity. Like a dark red or something? And then, like, the accents here are, like, the super bright red, maybe, or something. Ooh, they're only red on, like, the chest piece there. There's more of it that's gonna have, like, the red than I thought. Ooh. Gotta go a little bit darker on this. Ooh, that could be kind of cool. And, like, maybe the jets are red or something. That could be kind of cool. This bit is those bits there. I want a bit of red on that. Do I want any like orange or yellow for other things that other colors that you could see contained in fire, or just stick with like the more reddish kind of theme? I wonder here. Let's see here. If I do something kind of like that, out of curiosity here. So it's like the tips higher ends of flames. If I change it to be more yellowy. Unless that's meant to signify, like, lightning that's coming with, like, a firestorm or something. I feel like I might be feeling a little bit more orange. No, like a dark yellow or something? Decisions here. What's the last color option here? Where is that? Those bits there. Maybe I have these ones be kind of orangey? Like, yeah, so that'd be bright orange. And then, yeah, these ones are kind of yellowy. Something. I mean, that looks not half bad, right? But then the lights. I forget, does the visor affect the jets, or is that the lights here? I think that's the lights here. Yeah, it looks like. So that should be like a striking red. But that should be, hell yeah. And then the visor. Would that be a red as well? Kind of cool, admit. Maybe the red on the other side of the spectrum, which is basically the exact same thing. Maybe something like that-ish? I don't know. That could look kind of. And the finished gloss. I forget which one is the standard now. This one seems to bring it darker. It's a bit shinier. I might like the darker. Yeah. Fine, return. Okay. So, hold on. Before I do epilogue stuff, let me see here. And then, yeah, this can be like my go-to skill for a little while. I was like, oh, I could set my skill on the Discord server. I felt like I then realized I haven't joined yours yet, so I did. Well, welcome on into the Discord server. That being the Ares 90 there then. I just want to have a look-see here really quickly. Yeah, black with like red lights and stuff. It is a cool vibe. And like, I just selected colors that looked cool on like my character's hair in the beginning of the game. I wasn't even thinking about like syncing up with like skell later. But that could be really cool and fitting and stuff. That does look pretty cool, admittedly. And then, yeah, my allies can follow behind. And my skull looks very distinctly different from the rest in terms of color schemes. Yeah, I can dig this. Its color scheme is fitting with, like, both my hair and its weapons. I'm kind of digging it. But yeah, I might just bring Tempest back to life sometime later when I can bother to farm. Now that I've beaten the game, like, I can farm those materials on my own time whenever I feel like doing so. But in the Xenoblade channel, because it's neat, this being the Ares here, that I made one you're happy with, but I might make a cooler one later that's level 60. Here's a thingerbob from Mortis of Destiny 2 final cutscene. Let's see here. In Xenoblade. Skell Gaming. Okay. I see what you mean by, like, the orange now. Orange and kind of a dark red and stuff. The skell customization, like, the fact that you can make, like, your mechs that are color-coded in, like, such cool ways is honestly just kind of one of my favorite parts in Xenoblade Chronicles X. That does look pretty cool. I will definitely say. I should have checked first and foremost if there was even any prerequisites for, like, doing the epilogue. I'll find out right now. Look at the guy on my wall. The lag. Well, I can, let's see here. No specific requirements. Chapter 13, Act 1. Recommended level 50. Oh, I have some uranium I could invest, but I can get another tick without it maxing out my storage, so I'm fine. Purple's your favorite color, but black and red just gives us too much aura to resist. Yeah, what with the skell that I just made as well. It does look so cool. I don't think I've ever gone with a black and red skell in this here video game before. My first time trying one out. I'm usually going lighter colors and like greens and blues and stuff, so new experiment for me, but it matches with the hair. Oh yeah, I was gonna change Elma's appearance too. Where would the thing be? I probably shouldn't have cycled from the bottom, should I have? Maybe it's in visual. Yeah. Mimeosome, true form. Yeah, do that. There we go. Oh, and you're still in that rather than like your armor that you were in at the during the cutscene there. Wait, is that a thing that I would have now? Hold on. More things to have a look-see at. Because I'm used to seeing you when you're in that form in the in like that outfit. Now to grind for the tickets for your new skell. Yeah, it'll be time for that soon enough here. Hello, hello, what blue potion? I'll probably do the epilogue here first, and then I can do that sometime on my own time. Can do that off stream or something or other. Does she have like the thingamabobs that she ended the game with? Where would that be? What would that be called? Wouldn't be any of this stuff. Dark Suit series. Not that. Maybe I shouldn't have cycled from the bottom. Maybe that was a mistake. I mean, and presumably it'd be labeled as like new. I would imagine here. Do you just like have that outfit in your in that cutscene at the end of the main game and then you just like don't have that again? Presumably you'll be appearing in cutscenes of the epilogue. I have no idea where the heck you get that armor. What I could potentially do, though. Hold on. Maybe I'm doing more things before I start that vlog. I wonder if available in the shop now is the recolor of that, but in black. That looks so cool. Original set looks nice on her in her true form. The regional set being, if that was one of the ones I hovered over, then, whoops. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Let's see here. The dark purple / pink. Okay. I want to see here. Check the R&D. Maybe it'd be a craftable thing there. Like, you mean, probably the new armor? Well, new gear. Wait, protective wear right there. True cords. True bangle. I don't know where the heck her stuff would be. Hold on, let me have a look-see over here. Also, I will invest Moranium while I'm here. Why not? The Nopon Commerce Guild. Oh, yeah. The Nopon Commerce Guild is started by the enterprising Nopon. Most of their products are thermal weapons that have been tuned to deliver greater magazine capacity. Likely all the true stuff? Well, then I'm not grinding for it right now. Here, just do that really quickly that we see the things. Whoa, one more Moranium. What, is there not like a scene for getting to level 2 or anything? There's not. AM level up. Or maybe they just stopped doing that as of post-game or something? I don't know. Here, look. Nopon Commerce Skill level 4. Oh, there's a scene for this. All products upgrade. Friends' generosity is welcome. As thank you gift, Nopon add battle traits to full product line. Friends can see for themselves at shop terminal. Well, if there's like the recolor of her red thing, and I can change it to like a black thing for something different for the for the epilogue here. That'd be kind of cool. Like, let's see here. That would be, what set is it called again? It takes about 2 hours during the Ares 90. Better than the original game. Now that there's less stuff. Wait, I know what symbol to look for. The one that looks like a hoodie there. Yeah, this. Yeah, the regional Norak. Do I really want a full set of this just because it looks awesome? I presume that I don't have, like, one of these collected before. So I probably don't have one in my inventory. Yeah, if I'm gonna use my funds on anything at this point, I may as well be looking badass. Purchase and equip. And then maybe I'll just, like, disable your fashion armor. Regional Norak, huh? Where the heck? It would be called this, I guess. Yeah, this. Here, for a little bit of differentiation. Compared to your look in the main game. Regional... What the heck, even? Fits really well, like the black setup here. And like the silver with the hair and stuff. Yeah. Like with the red with her like that, I feel like it's just a little bit jarring. But if we, where the heck is the, thing? Oh, is that it? Yeah. That looks like it completes the look. Yeah, sure. All right. I just spent a bunch of funds on a skell and fashion gear and stuff like that. Yeah, and headgear is toggled off. Your equipment doesn't matter all that much. I'm not using you in gameplay, and the headgear is toggled off, so, like, we're not seeing that thing there anyway. And then we're going to go to you here, fashion gear, and we are going to take all that stuff off like that. And then you look super badass and stuff. Cool. All right, now we're set up for epilogue, I guess. Actually,
Yeah.
almost. New characters. Use the new characters in the epilogue. Hell yeah. That's what we'll do. My god, the lag! This does not run well on the Switch. Oh, the slowdown. All right, let's see what this new epilogue content is like. I actually want to see it. It is about to hit midnight. It is 11:59 p.m. on the 30th of March currently. So in just a moment here, in how many more seconds? 10 seconds. It is going to become March 31st. So I'll have beaten like both the main story content and the new main story content of this game. Yep, it is now March 31st in my time zone. While it's still in the release month, is what I will have done. Anyone watching this as like parts on YouTube after the fact, this is probably gonna go up like sometime in June or something like that, with just how much I've been streaming this game lately and how many parts this is turning into. But let it be known that in terms of the live streams, that looks so cool, that this was all done in March. Until I come back and do affinity missions and other stuff and finally kill things like Telethia and Marsis. I forgot the name for a hot second there, sometime later. That stuff will be after the fact. And I'll probably play this game at events like Megaland. But do all the story in March, heck yeah. With a butt ton of hours that I have in this game. Let's see it. Chapter 13, Act 1.